Well, an off week for Tennessee. The Vols move up in the polls. They move up to number 4, and now that stretch run comes with Arkansas, Florida, Alabama. Things about to heat up for a Tennessee team that's on a roll this season. Welcome to the Food City Locker Room, presented by Garza Law. This is the Players Show. So it was an off weekend for Tennessee. Did you guys rest up? No pulled hamstrings from you old guys?
We were all good. Swain, you look good. Ready to go. You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm 55. No pulled muscles over here. In all seriousness, the off weekend for Tennessee, what did you hope to accomplish?
I think you just want to kind of relax. I think a lot of guys, you want to maintain healthiness. You want to maintain practice. I think to go in, have a good week of practice, get everybody out healthy. Obviously, we're going into Arkansas. We know what's going to happen this week. It's going to be a tough environment going into Arkansas, but I think our guys are going to be ready. They're going to be ready to accept the challenge.
Well, we saw in the Oklahoma game, Tennessee has some trouble protecting Nico, and it changed the game plan for Josh Heupel, especially in the second half. I think this week is a very important week to be able to get some young guys some reps at the offensive tackle position. John Campbell has been dealing with the injury for a while now, and that's something that he's going to have to continue to deal with. There may be games where he can't go, and so who's the next guy being able to go in? I think that's something you work on during the bye week.
Yeah, and Lance Hurd needs to choose to play. So, I mean, you've got Arkansas coming up this week. It's a night game. Tennessee is a 14-point favorite in this game. I was surprised when I saw that line, Tennessee by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think our guys know who they are, and I think we've kind of explained and kind of showed who we are. Going to Arkansas is going to be a tough place to play. Obviously, we saw how important it was to have Lance Hurd. We saw how important it was to get him out of the transfer portal. We also saw how important it was to have John Campbell blocking on the front side of Nico. So we need to shore up the offensive line. Obviously, you can't have 2 strip sack fumbles going into SEC play for the duration.
Well, Arkansas is a place where, if they have some success early, it can get loud. It can be a tough place to play. But Tennessee did a really good job last week handling an emotional environment there at OU. So we should be good to go on the road to Arkansas. They have a dynamic quarterback that's had trouble taking care of the football.
He's raw.
Five touchdowns, 5 interceptions. They had 3 turnovers against Texas A&M. Penalties is an issue with them. So Tennessee is favored by almost 14 points for a reason. So you got to go out there and play clean.
I think we talked a lot about that before the show. Arkansas, it's going to be loud until we make it not loud. And I think that's a huge thing going into a road game at night in the SEC.
Yeah, and I think when you look at the highlights against Texas A&M, to Swain's point, you're facing a team that is scary because you don't know which team you're going to get.
They opened the year up against Oklahoma State. I mean, they should have won that game. Again, I think the scary part is Bobby Petrino. I mean, Bobby Petrino as the offensive coordinator is the scary part, right? I think he can scheme up things. I think he learns a lot of crossing routes. I think if you don't play discipline with your eyes, Swain's ready to go out.
Did you see them?
Is it Halloween?
It's
scary.
Did you see them against Oklahoma State? There are times where Arkansas can be scary because the quarterback has it in him to be really good. He also has it in him to make your band play.
Scary?
He's got the athletic ability.
Have you seen Tennessee's defensive line?
They
got a brother on their team that plays defensive line. His name is Jayson. He spells it with a Y. Ain't nothing to worry about.
And he's in studio tonight. So in other words, what you're telling the fan base is don't worry about it. Nothing to worry about going to Arkansas. Let's
I ain't say all that. I'm saying I'm not scared of Arkansas. They're not scary. But if you don't play well, then you can give them a chance to win. But scary?
I ain't saying they're Alabama or Georgia.
No.
I'm saying if you don't bring your A game, they have the raw ability to make you look bad. Do you not think so?
I know, I agree with that. I
Chris.
think Bobby Petrino is what you're talking about, which makes it scary. Petrino coached there for a while. His offense can put up yards. They can't produce that. But again, if you show up and play, you don't have to worry about it.
I'm sorry, guys. I just haven't seen scary on film for Arkansas. But we have seen, so far in the SEC, we saw Kentucky look like garbage versus South Carolina and then go on the road and beat Ole Miss. We've seen South Carolina look like garbage their first game and then go to Kentucky and beat them. So it's possible. But so far from Tennessee, I just haven't seen how Arkansas will be able to give Tennessee some problems unless they beat themselves.
So let me say it this way. Let me clarify the scary comment. I think that every game should scare you right now with the parity that we have seen. To your point.
Okay, there you go.
To your point.
I'm with
you watch Kentucky go to Ole Miss and get that win. You see Kentucky almost beat Georgia. You see some things you're like, you better have your head on a swivel every game right now with the NIL, the transfer portal. Teams they're all capable.
That's the beauty of the SEC, right? Is you never know going in each week. You never know what can happen. I mean, you look at Vandy. Vandy's had some close games this year of going in and out and trying to win some games. So you have to show up. You have to play your A game, especially when you're playing on the road. But I think that goes to speak. You want to play on the road. You want to silence that crowd. And I think Oklahoma was a step towards doing that. And I think going to Arkansas this week, you'll see that same thing.
I think what also scares me a little bit is the PTSD of having been here since 1996.
You got to get over that.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Here we go. I've been here since
these
1996.
People, they weren't even born when you're talking about stuff. They weren't even born.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is every year I've seen that 99 team go to Arkansas that was unbeatable, and Arkansas pulls off this upset. I'm just saying we've seen this movie before, and for 28 years, it hadn't ended well. So I'm still scared.
I understand. I mean, I get that point. I do understand the parity so far in college football, but Arkansas, the team, watching them on film,
should not be scary.
No. It will take Tennessee to be sleepwalking and not play their best game, play worse than Oklahoma, I think, for Arkansas to win this game.
Okay, so if you go into the off week for Tennessee, you've had the off week. What is the number one thing you've been working on? Is it protection?
100%. You got to protect Nico. Florida has dudes, Alabama has dudes, Kentucky has dudes, Georgia has dudes. So ultimately, if you don't protect him and he can't stay upright, we'll be in some trouble.
Yeah, working on yourself, working on the fundamentals. I think we've been pretty good at taking care of the football. I mean, you have the pressure, the fumbles against OU, but you haven't had running backs put the ball on the ground. You don't have receivers putting the ball on the ground on tight end, so we're good there. I would like to see us establish a third receiver, in the slot. We've seen Brew, we've seen Dante Thornton, but where is Squirrel White? Where is Chaz Nimrod? Where is the third receiver? Brazzell has had some opportunities early, but I want to see the third receiver emerge.
Okay, I think another thing, and I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not.
Sounds like it.
Very.
I'm not. Here's the question. Has Tennessee played anybody yet?
Yeah, I mean, all you can do is play who's on your schedule. I mean, NC State hadn't been anything that we thought they were going to be. Oklahoma, I think Oklahoma's defense is elite. I don't think their offense is elite. I think the quarterback there is going to be special in the future. But the schedule we hadn't played anybody.
I haven't played a complete team. You've played a defense at Oklahoma that's one of the best in the conference, but you haven't played a complete team. And, hey, you've only played 4 games, so it's okay not to have played anybody just yet. That's about to change here in the next couple of weeks.
Okay. Well, it's already been a fun 6 minutes. We've got Zakai Zeigler in. We got Jayson Jenkins in. Those two guys are going to be trash talking. Who does more trash talking on the court or the field? That and much more when we come back in the Food City Locker Room. It's presented by Garza Law.
Zakai Zeigler's appearance on The Locker Room is brought to you by Lakewood Capital Group.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop,
where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher
is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
At Glass Doctor, our trained specialists are experts at fixing foggy and cracked glass.
Looks great.
You're all set.
What we can't fix is your view.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your pains. Oh, yeah.
I was coming home and a lady hit me head on. It totaled my car. It fractured my right heel and it bruised me up really badly. The Garza Law Firm, they were very compassionate, but yet they were very detailed. They didn't let me down. They never stopped fighting. It helped me regain confidence in law firms. I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Hey, Sterling, man, come on, we got a roof to replace.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Hey, Sterling, you ready to go to the top? Man, I can't believe you guys been doing this for 25 years. Oh, baby.
Now this is what I call a rooftop party.
We have 25 years experience in roofing and exterior renovations, and we're backed by the best.
Are you ready to get your rooftop party started? Give us a call, 865-524-5888.
I was the star around here until Glass Doctor installed this perfect shower enclosure. Now they look at me like, well, there you go.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your pains. Oh, yeah.
The Locker Room is brought to you by Food City, NPG Brain and Concussion, Knoxville Smiles, Glass Doctor, and Garza Law.
So I think the second most embarrassing, frustrating thing happened for me when it came to following sports Saturday night. Okay, the worst one was when Tennessee hit the grand slam against Wright State. My wife and I decided to leave before that half inning to beat the crowd out, and we missed the grand slam. Saturday night, we were both asleep at the end of the Georgia-Alabama game. I felt like a couple of old people. Saw Sports Center Sunday morning and said, good grief what we missed. Parity is alive and well.
That was electric. I mean, to see Georgia fight back the way they fought back. Again, I think that goes to speak to coaching. Kirby Smart's a very good coach.
Yeah.
To be down 28-0 and to be able to rally your team and put together a plan with the splash plays that they had to be able to come back, it was something special to see. I think, obviously, we have a lot to look forward to playing both of these teams.
Yeah, the team that I was cheering for during that game won, man. The referees were awesome. They called some really good calls. I thought they were great. But no, it was a great game, man. Jalen Milroe, I think, proved to the world he should be the leading candidate for the Heisman Trophy. His ability to throw it, his ability to run it, his leadership. He's really letting naysayers know for sure.
I mean, how about the 17-year-old freshman out there just out there making plays? This guy's supposed to be a senior in high school, and he's out there. I think he had 175 yards receiving or something like that. On this stage, to be able to be there, he's different, right?
He's different.
So we have a lot to look forward to coming up to these games.
The bumbling catch that he made, the move he made on the last one in that open field to fake those two defenders out was incredible. I think for me, and this is what we talked about earlier, that Tennessee, unfortunately, has not played anybody yet. Do we feel like Tennessee measures up against those teams that we saw Saturday night?
1,000%.
Yeah, absolutely.
1,000%. You look at our defensive line.
Neither one of them scare you?
No.
They scare me.
Scared.
Oh, yeah,
they're scared. That's not. We're not talking about Arkansas.
Yeah, we ain't talking Arkansas now. We're talking Alabama and Georgia.
I'm just making sure I'm okay with the word scary on those two.
Yeah, for sure. 100% on Florida. Yeah. But, yeah, those two for sure. 100% you got to be scared. I mean, Jalen Milroe's a dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
Continue on with, do you think Tennessee measures up against Georgia and Alabama? Because they're coming.
Yeah, they are coming. Again, I think you talk about our D-line depth. You talk about our offensive line. You talk about our receiver depth. Like, we have to show up against these teams, and I think this is why you come to Tennessee, is to go against those teams and see what you got.
I mean, what's the blueprint? Look at the last couple of national champions, the Michigans, the Georgias, the Alabamas. They all have something in common, and that is up front play on the offense, defensive line, and the ability to generate explosive plays.
Yeah.
Tennessee can do that, so they have a chance. That's why Tennessee is being talked about as one of those teams that have a chance to go to the college football playoff and create a dent.
Do we feel like that Nico is ready for prime time?
He's always been ready for prime time, and Nico showed up ready for prime time, in my opinion. I think, again, you've seen the way he's handled interviews. You've seen the way he's handled everything. You've seen the way his teammates talk about him. I think that's a huge sign, how your teammates talk about you and how your teammates let you be the leader, and I think he takes that full responsibility.
I mean, he's played 2 primetime games. He's made mistakes in 2 primetime games, and then after those mistakes, he has come back and thrown darts for either a touchdown or a big play. That shows you that he's ready for primetime and that he doesn't let a bad play hurt him the next play.
The college football playoff has obviously changed things. You look at your Tennessee, it's not like you have to beat Georgia and Alabama to get into the playoff. Tennessee's odds right now, they started at about a plus 170 number. Right now they're about a minus 400. In other words, if they get past Arkansas, they win the games they're supposed to win. Even if you drop those two, you're in.
Yeah, I think, but you want to win one of those games.
I understand.
Yeah, obviously if you drop those two with the playoff where you are in today's world, but you got to be careful with that 2 losses with who else wins the games, right, and who else is going to be it.
If you win 10 games in the SEC, are you in?
No, not necessarily guaranteed. No, because I don't think they're going to put 4 or 5 SEC teams in the playoff. I think it'll get complicated because you're going to have the SEC champion and the loss. The loser are automatically going to get in. How many more teams are they going to let in? I think these people start getting biased when you start putting too many teams in. I don't want to put yourself in that realm. I think if you win 10 games, you're in, but it'll be tricky.
I mean, Notre Dame, they lost to Northern Illinois, right? They lose again, they're done, but they're still alive. I think Tennessee will be one of the 4 other teams in the SEC. I think the SEC will get about 4 or 5 teams in the playoffs. But if you're a player coming to Tennessee, you want to get to the playoffs. I get it. But you're not sitting there going, hey, man, we just run the table and we lose to Alabama and Georgia, we okay.
still get it, yeah.
You come here to beat Florida, to beat Alabama, to beat Georgia. That's the goal. But at the same time, Alabama's a good football team. Probably the best team in the country. I think they've proven
they're number one now.
They're the best team in the country by who they beat. Georgia looks really good with all the players that they have. Texas looks really good. So to put yourself in the best position would either be the SEC champion or get to the game or have that fifth seed. So that way maybe you can get a home game.
So we're going to get over to Jayson Jenkins in just a little bit, and Zakai Zeigler is going to do the interview. However, I do want to ask Zakai just a couple of questions about basketball before we do that. Zakai, welcome back into the show. I guess the question first off is, you lost a lot of big men this year. Kind of give us an update on where you guys are inside.
Oh, well, we'll be perfectly fine. We got J.P. Estrada, Felix, Cade Phillips. Igor could play down low. Jamai, he's a glue guy. He could play down low, too. We got D-Stone. We got a bunch of pieces. So, we can play a bunch of different lineups. So, we lost some, but we reloaded a lot, too.
You talk about the guys you lost, the guys that you're bringing in, Zakai. What are the biggest challenges for those guys having to come in with a veteran coach like Coach Barnes, someone yourself who's been here for all these years? What have you told those guys to expect from Coach Barnes with his coaching style and kind of how he coaches you guys?
Oh, well, just day in and day out, he's going to expect us to be nothing but the best. Some days you might be a little bit tired, a little bit down, but he's not going to be like that. Every day he's going to keep his foot on your neck. Every day he wants you to just be the best you could possibly be. And, those guys have done a really good job handling that. And everything I've been telling them, they've just been taking it on the chin and listening to it. And, they just keep getting better every day.
All right, so Jayson Jenkins is coming in next. He's going to join you. You guys are kind of from the same neck of the woods. You both like to trash talk. We'll talk about that. Let you guys talk about it when we come back right after this.
Sound good, little man.
The Locker Room is brought to you by Food City, Exterior Home Solutions, D1 Training, Lakewood Capital Group, Ted Russell Ford, and Garza Law.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop.
Where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher
is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
I see Marco's role in the community as somebody that people can look up to.
Marcos Garza is very thoughtful. He pays attention to the needs of the people in the community.
He's somebody that's very unselfish, somebody that's going to always be there.
Marcos Garza will work as hard as he can to get the best results for you.
In the future, no matter where I'm playing, no matter what the team I'm playing for, I'll always be on Garza's team.
The Garza Law Firm is Mama ZZ approved.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Come on, we got a roof to replace.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Hey, Sterl, you ready to go to the top? Man, I can't believe you guys been doing this for 25 years. Oh, baby.
Now this is what I call a rooftop party.
We have 25 years experience in roofing and exterior renovations, and we're backed by the best.
Are you ready to get your rooftop party started? Give us a call, 865-524-5888.
Knoxville Smiles depend on us to make you smile better. Knoxville Smiles, are you happy with your smile today? Knoxville Smiles, we're all about smiles.
Hey Lance, what makes you smile?
Pancake blocks.
What's up, guys? It's Devin Driscoll, owner of D1 Sports Training. We know in 2024, convenience is king, so we have locations not just in Hardin Valley, but now one in Maryville, in Farragut, and in Morristown, with more soon to come. So keep an eye out. We want to bring D1 Sports Training to everyone in East Tennessee.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jody Griffin. I'm a dentist here in Knoxville, Tennessee. In 22, I had a wakeboard tower hit me on the head and give me a concussion. In my office, I show x-rays to my patients so they can see their teeth. I needed somebody to do the same thing for my brain, so I went to MPG. They did an EEG of my brain, and they were able to show me the activity of my brain and give me a diagnosis and a treatment plan. So I choose MPG because brains is what they do, and that's all they do.
Time now for the Food City Player's Perspective. A look inside the locker room with the Vols.
So this is one I'm excited about because we were talking with Zakai and Jayson Jenkins before we started the segment, and they were talking about a number of things, kind of what talking goes on during the game. Let's bring those two in the Food City Player Perspective. Zakai, take it away.
First off, appreciate you coming on the show today.
Appreciate you.
You could have did anything else, but I appreciate you. I got to start it off like, when I get a stop on defense, I want to let them know, don't try that again. What's that trash look like with y'all? Because y'all good, you feel me? Y'all real good, so y'all got a lot of, y'all can say a lot, so what's that like?
Yeah, so basically it's just, just coming off, just playing with as much energy as possible and just, just embracing, just, being on the field with your brothers. And when one guy make a play, man, you got to just, just surround that guy and just give him more energy and just, that just feeds on to the whole team. So we've seen that a lot over these last 4 games as people have been making plays. So, I mean, we just going to continue to just, keep bringing the energy every game and just keep getting to it.
Right. So who you think the biggest trash talker on the D-line is?
The biggest trash talker, I'll probably, man, it's a lot of them. I ain't gonna lie, my boy Bryson Easton probably top one, but he a funny trash talker though. Yeah. And then you got Omar, you got James, really all my guys, man. Yeah. Omari Thomas, like everybody, man. We all get to it, but it's all for the love of the game though, for sure.
Yeah. No, for sure. That's how it is with us. I'm gonna be honest. I'm one of them guys that I start a lot of stuff. I start a lot of stuff on the court, because why not? Like, I'm super competitive. I want to let guys know what it is, offer up a game. Like, as soon as it starts, I want those guys to know, like, hey, he not playing around today.
Yeah.
Are you one of them guys that started?
I mean, you gotta set the tone off, man. Yeah. I feel like just so much of the sport is so mental. When you can really play, you feel me, like with a person's mind. Right. And just, be in their head, that allow you to make plays yourself. So, I mean, I'm more the quiet type, but to be honest, I mean, like, when I really make a play, you're going to hear me. So, yeah.
I feel you on that, yeah. You from New Jersey, I'm from New York. New York definitely has the better trash talkers, but what you think about that?
Absolutely not. I ain't going to lie. Like, you go into any Jersey basketball park, I bet you, man, you're gonna meet a hooper who's talking that trash, man, and I don't know about that statement, man, to be honest with you, bro.
Man, it's whatever. I already know New York's the best trash talkers. I played in Jersey, but it's all right. Man, I appreciate you coming on the show today.
So, appreciate you having me.
Now we got to pass the ball back to Lil Mark.
I don't know what we're calling these guys, by the way. But, Jayson, I guess first off for you, follow up with those guys.
Yeah, I mean, Jayson, great name, by the way. Iron sharpens iron, and you guys have a really good defensive line. But who on offense have you felt like helped you improve as a player? You guys go against each other in fall camp, and then you have 1-versus-1s. Who's the guy on offense that's really helped you improve your game?
I mean, really, the whole offensive line. Mentioned a few. I mean, John Campbell. He gives great work in and out, every day in and out. And Lance Hurd. Andre Coop. Javonte Spraggins. I mean, he's a fired up dude. Every day he practices, his butt off, and it shows on Saturday. So I mean, all those guys they just help, just sharpen iron, week in and week out.
Jayson, I saw and read your bio before this, man. Said your favorite food is fried fish and mac and cheese. You found a spot in Knoxville to get you that yet?
Ola's Southern Cuisine. Yeah, that's definitely, probably the best spot for that. Or Jackie's Dream.
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah.
Zakai chimes in on that. Yeah, sounds good. Hey, guys, thanks so much. Good luck this week at Arkansas, okay?
Appreciate it.
Hey, little Zakai, when do you start?
We got an exhibition game October 27th, so make sure everybody tune in versus Indiana.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, by the way, as we go to break, you can support the cause that is Zakai's Assist, which the funds are going to go towards the research and the funding of hydrocephalus. Zakai's nephews, they suffer from hydrocephalus. It's a fluid on the brain. You're going to hear much more about this as we're partnering up with UT, Exterior Home Solutions, Get Neal and Loud, Raise the Roof at Thompson Bowling Arena at Food City Center. Scan the code and support the cause that is Zakai's Assist. When we come back, what are those keys to beating Arkansas? That scary team that is the Razorbacks. We'll talk about that when we come back.
Hi, I'm Laura Ash, your West Knoxville State Farm agent. I've been here in the Renaissance for 17 years, and I'd love to help your young football players or anyone with their car insurance, home insurance, and life insurance. Give me a call at Laura Ash State Farm.
I see Marco's role in the community as somebody that people can look up to.
Marcos Garza is very thoughtful. He pays attention to the needs of the people in the community.
He's somebody that's very unselfish, somebody that's going to always be there.
Marcos Garza will work as hard as he can to get the best results for you.
In the future, no matter where I'm playing, no matter what the team I'm playing for, I'll always be on Garza's team.
The Garza Law Firm is Mama Zizi approved.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Hi, I'm David Ball, National Sales Manager here at Legend Fitness. Legend Fitness has been built on longevity and quality. Our racks are fully welded and has the least amount of bolts in the industry, made to stand up to the test of time. Because at Legend Fitness, we deliver quality and we want our customers to be Legend strong.
Hey, Tim Hoskins here from Covenant Sports Medicine. I'm the corporate manager of sports medicine, and I want to speak a little bit to our community partners and relationships that we have. We partner with FC Alliance Soccer, LeConte Center in Pigeon Forge, Johnson University, numerous high schools in and around the area, AAU basketball, Morristown Landing, travel hockey, volleyball, lacrosse, you name it, we're probably involved. What a lot of people don't know about Covenant Health is we're a nonprofit, community-based healthcare delivery system. We provide services in your community. If you ever need help with some event medicine or sporting event, scan the QR code at the bottom. Covenant Health, our mission is to improve lives through better health.
Community banking is about location and much more. It's about family. We reside in your community. We are a part of your community. At Commercial Bank, our commitment extends beyond the walls of our branches. It's displayed each day in the opportunities we provide, the money we give back, and the time we commit, all to help improve the lives of the people, families, and businesses that make our communities great. Commercial Bank. Life made better.
Keys to Victory is brought to you by Garza Law.
So as we said earlier in the show, the Vols go into this game as a 14-point favorite. Chris, your keys to Saturday night.
Yeah, I think you have to handle the expectations of being number 4. Obviously, you'll have the target on your back. So how does our team respond coming off of that bye week? What do we do? Do we respond positively? I think we will. And then again, I think controlling the line of scrimmage. It'll be loud until you make it not loud. They'll do that woo, pig suey little Razorback chant, but you just got to shut that up and get out of there and get back to Knoxville.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I think it's very important for Tennessee to control their quarterback. He gets in a rhythm when he's able to pick up some yards with his legs.
He's scary.
Got to be really disciplined
He is
in
scary.
your containment. Guys, I'm trying to finish here. Limit penalties. I think it's very, very important. We had some penalties last week against OU. Need to clean that up, and then you got to protect Nico. That was really the only way OU was able to be in that game. Okay, guys, it's your turn now.
All right. Go.
I just like the word scary for tonight. By the way, the woo pig suey thing, I'm an old Southwest Conference guy because I went to TCU. My family was TCU. So back in the old Southwest Conference days, that's all we heard was woo pig suey.
That means y'all were losing.
No, what's TCU before TCU got any good?
They only do that. They only do that when they're scoring points.
It's okay, little Mark.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so I've got 30 seconds left. Is this team good enough to win the SEC championship?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. You got the games at home that you want to have at home. I completely
Except
think
Georgia.
They are. Yeah, but
Yes, the answer is yes. They are good enough. Got to continue to get better each and every week, and got to stay healthy. But yeah.
We'll see what happens. If you're an ABC affiliate, you're having a whole lot of fun this year and you're making a whole lot of money because Tennessee and Arkansas, another ABC game coming up on Saturday night. Hey, for Jayson Jenkins, Zakai Zeigler, Jason Swain, and Chris Brown, I'm Mark Packer. Thanks for making us a part of your night. We'll see you next week.